Well, about 20 years of gaining weight, I had family life, corporate America life, and the weight just kept piling on. I started to try diets, I tried to do supplements, I increased the amount of exercise I was doing, and it seemed like nothing worked. And so I tried harder and harder at these things, more diets, more supplements, more exercise, and nothing worked. But about 20 months ago, when I was almost 270 pounds and thinking I needed to go maybe in for lower back surgery, tired. I didn't feel like doing things as much anymore. And I said, geez, I need some of my youth back. I would do anything to get some of my youth back. How can I do that? And I started to discover a way to do that. It was pretty simple. It's not a diet. There's no supplements. It worked immediately. I measured what was going into my body, and then I learned great food substitutions that could make a smaller amount of calories seem like a lot. And the most important thing that I did, that I hated about all diets, I eliminated no food. So I can still have a piece of key lime pie if I want. I can still have my mother's cookies at holidays. And that changed everything for me. So I started losing weight gradually, and I started getting more fit. And now here I am, I'm almost 70 pounds lighter than I was 20 months ago. And I've never gone up. The most important factor, I think, was you have to start by knowing what's going into your body. Now, a lot of people, including myself, thought if it was good food, say chicken, say fish, whatever, then you can eat as much as you want. And to some extent, you can eat more of those kinds of foods. However, what I found was I had to measure what was going into my body because I thought I was eating just say 2,000 calories. When I started measuring it, I was over 3,000 calories a day, and I thought I was eating right. So, number one, I had to figure out a way. Now, I use MyFitnessPal. I know a lot of people use that. It's a great measuring tool. I still use it today. MyFitnessPal is a tool that I continue to use and actually have developed a number of food items that I load into it that I use now as like a daily meal guide. So that was a critical factor was, number one, knowing how much is going into my body. Number two, having a calorie goal on an average daily basis. And number three, seeing if I can meet that goal. And then finding the foods that satisfied me. That was the beginning of the journey. And when you get immediate results, and immediate results was maybe a pound a week, a pound and a half a week, but it was always going down. That gave me hope that I was on the right track. One day I just realized that the reason I'm continually having some success, losing the weight, getting more fit, because it was more than one thing that was driving my motivation. At first, if you just measure the food and have a calorie count, eventually that will get hard to keep doing. But if you also are starting to get more fit, in my case, I didn't realize that I could have muscle definition in my life. I've never had it before. And when I started to see results in the gym, that fitness level started to be something like, wow, I don't want to lose that. So I want to keep going. So that was the second point of what I realized eventually was a circle of motivation, that I didn't want to go back from that point. Then the next point was, I golfed for many years, it's a great activity, but I started to realize that having an activity that gets you out of the family room and off the easy chair is one of the most important things. It doesn't have to be strenuous, it can be fun. I found ballroom dancing, believe it or not. Ex-football player, ballroom dancing, but it's something that I started to get competitive at, and once I started losing weight, I started being able to be more fit, I started to be able to dance better, I started to get more competitive. And then along the way I was losing my clothes for the right reasons. They were getting too big. Something that could happen. And what I did there was I had to start finding new clothes to wear besides business clothes. It's sort of the dressy clothes, the dressy casual clothes, the casual clothes. I discovered a whole new world of clothing that I could wear now because I was fit and I weighed less. And I looked better in them. And I don't want to go back from that. So I realized that this whole life changed. So all 4 of those points on the circle of motivation are what keep me going. Each point is something I don't want to go backwards from. Everybody keeps asking me for more information. How do you do it? What are you eating? How are you exercising? All these things. So I decided that it was time to organize this and put it together to share with other people. So I have now compiled 20 months of knowledge of meal plans, different kinds of meals, the different calorie counts, different protein counts, and put it together in a form that my fitness pal is in. Or, it could be other tools that measure food, and I have that now available so that people can very quickly find out, okay, if I want to have 1,800 calories a day if I'm a man, if I want to have 1,200 calories a day if I'm a woman, here's several different options I've got. Here's the food that I would have. I would eat for meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and by the way, most importantly, the snacks. I'm a snacker, so I'm not going to give up my snacks, but in moderation and in conjunction with the other meals, that as long as it adds up to my calorie goal of that day, that's all that really matters. So all that now I'm making available to you.